Chris, what is our third main topic today?
Third topic comes from Adam Stein. I'm reading that Black Adam is about to go in for reshoots soon. I understand that movies can do reshoots late in the game, but considering that Black Adam was supposed to come out in July, wouldn't beginning reshooting in May be extremely close? I've seen some speculation that this is the real reason they moved the release date back to October. Does this news of late reshooting worry you about the movie? Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in, man. And Black Adam. Man, we've been talking about Black Adam for a long time.
Ray was 5 years old
when
the movie was announced.
Yep. Yeah. Anne was just a toddler.
Yeah.
It was, it was a long time ago. Actually, it was around the same time of the Flash movie. But we'll talk about that in a second. Black Adam is a movie I'm actually quite looking forward to.
Same.
For a couple of reasons. Number one, Dwayne Johnson is probably like my second favorite movie star in the world. I get a big kick out of him in his movies. He can do his shtick as long as he wants. He can do great action. He can do wonderful comedy. I love Central Intelligence. I don't care what anybody else says. I love Central Intelligence. But him as Black Adam was kind of a natural fit. This is a superhero who is not going to have to wear any padding in his bodysuit to play a superhero. Actually, they might try to digitally make him look smaller so it looks more believable. That's just Dwayne Johnson. I just love the guy. Secondly, Black Adam is a fascinating character to do. When you really read about the character's history and all that kind of stuff, and you realize you can do a lot of cool things with this. And it's a character you can use as an anti-hero, and you can use him as a villain. And we already know from Shazam that Black Adam was a villain. And we're going to see maybe his metamorphosis into that, out of that, back to it. Don't know. But there's a lot of interesting things they can do there. So there's a report going around right now that I got this from comicbook.com, who is a good site over there. And they're quoting a Twitter account that's pretty reliable about filming that goes on in and around Atlanta all the time. And what they wrote in that was that Black Adam is about to go into reshoots here. Now, the reason why this is interesting, John, a comic book movie doing reshoots, what's the big deal? Well, when you look at it in context, it's a little bit curious. It is a little bit curious. And why it's curious, well, let's step in to the Campea classroom for a moment here, shall we? Okay. So Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson was announced as Black Adam in September of 2014, 8 years ago, getting close to 8 years ago, 7.5 years ago, is when Dwayne Johnson was announced as Black Adam. So 1 month before Flash movie got announced, Dwayne Johnson was announced.
Let's go DC.
Let's go DC. Always with that timetable, moving so quick.
Making it right. Using your time.
Using your time. Take your time. Be patient. So anyway, we heard about that, and then we heard nothing, then we heard nothing, then we heard nothing, then we heard nothing for years and years and years. Always, it was Dwayne Johnson, his production partner, and his business manager saying, oh, we're working on it, we're real excited about the progress we're making, blah, blah, blah. About 6 years of that. And then, sometime around 2020, 2019, 2020, they made the announcement that that the movie is now coming, and the original release date was December of 2021. Okay. So as we started to get closer to December of 2021, they made the announcement, okay, oops, our bad. No worries, though. We've got a new release date. The release date is July of 2022. Okay, release date of 2022. Well, then a few weeks ago, we talked about on the show that, hold up, hold tight, Dwayne Johnson got on his social media and said, I'm excited to tell everybody that we've moved again. And we've moved to October. That should be, I believe that should be 2023 there. 2022, I mean. To October 2022, because I do believe it's still coming out this year. All right. So, here's why the reshoot stuff is interesting. This movie was supposed to be out 4 months ago, originally. 4 months ago. Look, today, a lot of comic book movies plan in advance that they're going to do reshoots. When Marvel sets up their shooting schedules, they shoot it up in such ways like, here's when we're doing our principal photography. Then like a few months after that, that's when we're going to do reshoots. See, it used to be in Hollywood that reshoots on a movie meant disaster. And the reason it meant disaster is because movie studios were very tight with their budgets. Time is money. And like when you made the movie, you were done. Once you were done shooting the movie, that's it. It's done. It's now in the can, finished. It doesn't matter if you realize you made a terrible mistake at one point. It doesn't matter if you came up with a 10 times better idea. The movie's done. The money has been spent. With the age of the comic book movie blockbusters, though, these movies make so much money that Marvel realized, you know what? We have the flexibility that we can spend some money to do reshooting if we discover something wrong in our movie or if we come up with a better idea. Kevin Feige has said several times that we now plan reshoots even before we start shooting the movie because we always know once we get into the editing room, we may come up with 15 better ideas and we want to give ourselves the flexibility to make those changes. And so now, today, when a movie's going into reshoots, we never blink. We never blink. This one, though, is interesting because, once again, a movie that's about to go into reshooting now that was supposed to already be in theaters 4 months ago, a movie that then got moved that's supposed to be out in 2.5 months, in July, before it got moved again to October. What this tells me is that these are not planned reshoots. This isn't planned. So not being planned or thought about in advance, I'm going to admit, as somebody who's very excited for this movie, as somebody who believes in this movie, as somebody who is a big Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fan, I think that if these reports are accurate, and we got to put that caveat in there, that if these reports are accurate, to me, it is a little concerning because I think this is a situation of, yeah, this isn't working and we need to change some things to make it work. And I think it is the real reason why this movie got bumped. I remember Warner Brothers put out some things due to a backlog in visual effects and blah, blah. Really? Because this movie was going to come out in December. So don't tell me that it's, we just realized we have some delays. You moved this thing from December to January, February, March, April, May, June, July. You moved it 7 months. You were able to get your visual effects straightened out in 7 months from a movie that was supposed to come out back in December. So, listen, I don't have all the facts. I don't think any of us have all the facts. All I can do is form a loose opinion based on what information we have. And as more information comes in, we can change our thoughts and we can change our opinions later. But just based on the information we have at hand, which is limited, admittedly, I gotta say, this makes me worried. This makes me a little bit worried about maybe the state this movie might be in. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. So guys, look, my wife Ann and I were both working professionals, so we know how tricky, difficult, and time-consuming it can be to try to eat properly and prepare your own meals at home. And that's why, like over a year ago, we started using HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. I mean, you skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and probably most importantly, affordable. HelloFresh offers the flexibility you need to easily customize your orders online or right in the app. Easily change your delivery day, food preferences, and plan size, or skip a week whenever you need to. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal of the exact same quality, and you can save on average over $65 a month when you order HelloFresh instead of going grocery shopping. So guys, I'm telling you, whether you are single or have a family, you are going to love HelloFresh. So go to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the promo code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's again, HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use that promo code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. I hope not, but whatever. Chris, you're seeing all this stuff, announces 2014, supposed to come out December, then supposed to come out in July, now moved to October. Now we're hearing about reshoots, beginning reshoots this close to its release date, just starting. It's one thing if they're wrapping up reshoots right now. I have to admit I am a little bit worried. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed here, but what's your impression of this and what kind of reaction do you have to it?
I mean, it definitely worries me. And honestly, it felt like everything got shifted right after that Batman release, right? After the first time we saw the trailer that told us when everything was going to come out. And I can't help but feel this is Warner Brothers shuffling around going, ooh, do we need to make everything more Batman-y now? Do we need to make it more Batman-y? And
Batman-y.
maybe that's the issue, which does kind of bum me out because I like that the Robert Pattinson Batman is that kind of auteur, its own style comic book movie. And I don't know if that's necessarily what I want for every other film, right? I want them to all have their own flavors. I want the DCEU to be like a great album. Everything vibes together, but it all tells a different story. And I don't think that these films should be like that, right? I don't think it should have no sun and exist in one town. So I am worried that they're making changes to have this more cohesive kind of union between all the films, and I just don't want it. And I have no actual factual basis on this feeling, but that's what my gut feeling right now is. It seems like they're making snap judgments based on one film's success, and it leads me to think they're going to take some darker turns with this story.
By the way, I just want to throw in there, how good does Dwayne Johnson look as
Look
Black
at
Adam?
him.
Look at that. Come on. Don't tell me you don't want to see that movie. Look at that.
Right.
I want to see that movie right now.
If the reshoots have to do with, you know, Man of Steel right there,
Oh, who?
I'm all
That
for
guy back
that.
there?
Yeah.
Suddenly Henry became
Yep.
available.
Took
and
a
they're like,
long
"Ooh,
time.
let's
Yeah.
put in some Henry.
To get that contract right, you know, maybe that might be it. If that's it, I don't care if the movie's crap. If they both fight, that's good enough for me. 10 out of 10.
Maybe they're doing some reshoots so they can have some more Terramana tequila spots in it too.
Yep.
Or maybe
know?
When really what they should be doing,
or Chip
putting in
Putting
some
in
aviation
aviation
gin
But I mean, how
reshoot shots, huh?
how
How about
often-
some aviation gin reshoot shots,
or
huh?
do you think it has anything to do with the merger? Do they even have their hands on any of this stuff yet?
No, because the date move was announced before the merger became complete, and before that happened, they had to keep their hands off and not touch it. I'll tell you what some people in the live chat are bringing up, and I hope this isn't the case, but some people in the live chat are bringing up the possibility: what if it's to remove Ezra Miller? What if this movie has now? Listen, we've had no reports. Let's be clear. I've heard no reports, legitimate or otherwise, that have ever suggested that Ezra Miller's Flash was ever in this movie. So I personally don't think that's the case. I'll tell you what, Ray, though, if we find out that these reshoots are just because, hey, you know, they worked out a deal and Henry Cavill can do a couple of quick little cameo scenes in it, then I'm all for it.
Or Chip and Joanna Gaines cameo.
That's right. Now
Yes.
that Discovery owns them.
Yes.
Chip and Joanna.
It's just Black Adam's putting in a lot of shiplap in his like lair.
I am telling you, you put in Chip and Joanna Gaines
That will get
into it's going to make all the money. This movie makes all the money.
That would be the crossover event that my entire family would be like, hell yes.
That's right. There are people across the world who have never even seen a single comic book movie in their life. You put Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Marie Carr would be in that theater so fast.
Oh, a second. Let me bring up Joanna. I got to bring up a picture here because people don't know. So Chip and Joanna Gaines are the stars.
I think they were the
Fixer-upper.
first. Yeah, they were the first stars.
Yeah.
When that channel started blowing up.
Well, no,
now-
I think Property Brothers were around
Really?
before. I think Property Brothers predate
They
them,
got
to
their
be
own like
honest with you.
network out of it though, because there was Magnolia Network.
Yeah, now they got their whole damn network. So this is Chip and Joanna Gaines.
These cuties.
And look, I'm not going to lie to you. These fuckers are delightful.
They're so cute.
They are completely delightful. I watched their show.
They're so-
Shut up. I
they're-
admit it.
yeah,
I
they're-
watched their show.
Their show is great.
Yes, it is.
They are so opposite, but they're so perfect for each other, I think.
Chip is just such a delightful little dum-dum. I love him so much.
Oh, there's very few people. Blake Sheldon and Chip Gaines are the two guys on TV I think I'd really like to hang out with.
I want to have a beer with him as he decides he's going to like demolish a wall with his head.
Yes.
Like he's so goofy.
Okay,
Now,
but
yeah,
back to the Black
Yeah,
Adam.
back to what we're here to talk about. And just to be clear, no, Chip and Joanna Gaines are not
They're not going to
appearing,
be in there, guys.
unfortunately, in Black Adam. But that was, David Zaslav's first move. Put the Property Brothers and Chip
Everything.
and Joanna Gaines right into this thing. I don't know. Again, the bottom line here for me is I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned, but I'm going to keep hopes high. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this report coming out that Black Adam is just about to start 4 months after the movie was originally supposed to be out? They're just about to start some reshoots. Maybe it's a nothing thing. Maybe it's going to be small and minor. Maybe it's nothing at all. Or maybe it's something more major. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.